Witch's Tower. Does it go? I awoke at my usual 3:45 a.m. and was at the trailhead by 4:40. As I made my way in the dark the 4 miles to Kolchak Lake and then started across the boulder field at the base of the pass, there was wind and fog and I was worried the weather was blowing in. Asgard Pass climbs 1,800 feet in 1.2 miles. A continuously up path through rock and choss that has a general pattern to it, stay left, but isn't a consistent trail, not year to year, but even in the moment there are usually multiple paths that you can take. Midway up the pass, the fog had cleared and blue sky and sunshine was waiting at the top of the pass. Very near the top, I came across a juvenile goat that I followed up the rock. I could move behind him, attempting to place myself between him and some good scenery for a photographic opportunity. My favorite photo was when he walked directly in front of the sun. Back in the flat basin of the upper Enchantments, I made my way around Isolation Lake and started up the slabs towards the saddle with a bit of snow. From the top of the snow saddle, I was below a set of cliffs along a ridge line. On top of those cliffs is a wide shelf that has a leisurely walk along the backside of it up to Dragontail. Instead, I opted to cross the large boulder field from the rocks that had calved off the cliffs and head for Witch's Tower, which I assumed was a scramble, but I wasn't sure. The phrase "does it go" refers to the question of whether or not the route goes, or if it's impassable. This phrase is true whether it's a hike, a scramble, or a proper sport climb. I was unsure if the scramble went, but it looked like it did. As you scramble up, it's important to be sure you're aware of whether you can easily get back down and how. Can you scramble down, scooting on feet and hands, or do you have to down climb where you face the rocks and descend by stepping down, where you can have a hard time seeing your foot placement? Scrambling up is way easier than down climbing. The scramble on Witch's Tower is up and up, but not vertical, and the big blocky rocks were fun to climb up and through and over. On the top, the views were incredible of the enchantments and the cliffs across the way that lead to Dragontail.
Holy moly! Woo! Yeah!
I spent 20 minutes eating my peanut butter and honey sandwich and admiring the views before I turned around and descended back to Leavenworth.